Today our topic is the Stoic view on fame and popularity. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. One of the things we often cannot fully control is fame and popularity. Many people today spend a lot of time trying to become famous or popular, but the Stoics would say this is not the best use of our energy. Let's explore why and how we can think differently about fame and popularity from a Stoic perspective. First, it's important to understand what Stoicism teaches us about external things. External things are things outside of our control, like what other people think of us, whether we are famous, or how many likes we get on social media. The Stoics believe that these things are not important for our happiness because they are not in our power. What is in our power is our own thoughts, actions, and choices. This is where we should focus our energy. If we spend too much time worrying about fame or popularity, we are focusing on things that do not truly matter. Instead, we should focus on being good people, improving ourselves, and living according to our values. Fame and popularity are often based on the opinions of others. The Stoics remind us that the opinions of others are not something we can control. People's opinions can change quickly, and they are not always fair or rational. One day someone might praise you, and the next day they might criticize you. If we base our happiness on these opinions, we will always be chasing something that is unstable and unreliable. Instead, the Stoics advise us to focus on our own character and actions. Are we honest? Are we kind? Are we doing our best? These are the things that truly matter, and they are within our control. Another problem with fame and popularity is that they can distract us from what is truly important in life. Many famous people live stressful lives because they are always trying to maintain their image or please their fans. They might feel trapped by their fame and unable to live freely. The Stoics would say that this is not a good way to live. True freedom comes from living a simple life, focused on virtue and inner peace. If we are always seeking fame or popularity, we are giving up this freedom. We are letting other people's opinions dictate how we live, and this can lead to unhappiness. The Stoics also remind us that fame and popularity are temporary. No matter how famous someone is, their fame will not last forever. History is full of people who were once famous but are now forgotten. Even the most popular celebrities will eventually fade from the public's memory. This is why the Stoics tell us not to put too much value on these things. They are like shadows share for a moment, but quickly gone. Instead, we should focus on things that have lasting value, like our relationships, our personal growth, and our contributions to the world. These are the things that will truly make our lives meaningful. So, what is the Stoic alternative to seeking fame and popularity? The Stoics encourage us to focus on living a virtuous life. Virtue, in Stoic philosophy, means qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These are the things that make us good people, and they are completely within our control. If we focus on developing these qualities, we will find true happiness and peace, regardless of whether we are famous or popular. One of the key Stoic practices is to regularly remind ourselves of what we can and cannot control. This helps us to let go of things like fame and popularity, which are outside of our control, and focus on what truly matters. For example, we can ask ourselves, can I control whether people like me or not? The answer is no. But we can control how we treat others, how we respond to challenges, and how we live our lives. This shift in focus can be very freeing. It allows us to stop worrying about what others think and start living according to our own values. Another Stoic practice is to imagine losing the things we value, including fame and popularity. This might sound negative, but it is actually a powerful way to prepare ourselves for life's uncertainties. If we imagine losing our fame or popularity, we realize that these things are not essential to our happiness. We can still live a good life without them. This helps us to be less attached to external things and more focused on what truly matters. The Stoics also teach us to be content with what we have. Instead of always wanting more fame, more popularity, more recognition, we should learn to appreciate what we already have. This does not mean we should stop trying to improve ourselves or achieve our goals. But it does mean that we should not let our happiness depend on external things. True contentment comes from within, from knowing that we are living a virtuous life and doing our best. Finally, the Stoics remind us that fame and popularity are not the same as respect or admiration. We might be famous or popular for reasons that have nothing to do with our character or values. For example, someone might be famous for being entertaining or attractive, but this does not mean they are a good person. On the other hand, someone who is not famous might be a truly admirable person, living with integrity and kindness. The Stoics encourage us to seek respect and admiration based on our character, not on external things like fame or popularity. In conclusion, the Stoic view on fame and popularity is that they are not important for a good life. Instead of chasing these external things, we should focus on developing our own character and living according to our values. This is the path to true happiness and peace. By practicing Stoic principles, we can free ourselves from the desire for fame and popularity and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Remember, what truly matters is not what others think of us, but how we live our lives and the kind of person we choose to be.